WCSM's General Store is brought to you by Christine Flynn, your local farmer's insurance agent. Orion Saft, the AME Group for all your technical needs. And Buy Now Closeouts, your local discount retailer. WCSM is recorded at 70X7 Studio.
Go ahead.
Wasn't there a game show about lying?
Yes. Yeah, I forget the name of the
Remember
show,
they would bring stuff on like this.
Yeah,
and they would
and
say,
"Oh yes, I do."
Four people would tell a story.
What
One would be telling the truth, and the other
And then
three
you
were
had to-
lying about.
Yes, I
well,
do
who was
remember
lying?
that.
What was it called?
Liars Club, I think.
Liars Club.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I have no idea. You have any idea what this is?
It's funny he identifies with the liars.
Well, it looks like some kind of a clamp. It's like a zip tie kind of idea.
That's what I was
Thank
going
you,
to say
Mike.
before.
Thank you. Well,
Did our listeners, Mike? Did our listeners hear you? Okay, that's what I
I'll
thought.
tell you what that
so
is.
it goes on the lens. Mark, I bet you know what this is.
It goes in the lids of a camera.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And so then you tighten it down, and it
yeah.
makes it faster to focus, easier to focus.
Yeah.
It's a wheel. Then
Yeah, if you got a
turn.
big wheel.
Okay. Is it breakable, Mike? Because I've been playing with it.
Yeah, you might want to take this out of Kurt's hand. Okay.
I'm hoping they're not expensive. Because Kurt, I don't know if you got that much in your budget over there.
I don't know, bud. But yeah, that made me think of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll take that out of your pay if you break it.
You tell me what that is.
there goes another zero out of my pay.
Right, right.
That was an interesting show. It was fun.
It was.
Fun.
What they
I like the old game show.
what they would come up with was.
Well, we've already done an episode about that. So
Game shows?
Are you reining us in again?
We're not going to do game shows?
I don't think so.
I like game shows.
I'm pretty sure we already did.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we did
Yeah.
TV shows, didn't we?
And we touched
did
on
TV
game shows.
We did?
We did.
Yep.
I'll rewind it for you.
Oh.
Oh, let's not do that. I didn't think we was ever going to end that show. Mark likes his
Things that
Mark
make you
likes
go,
his TV shows.
Right.
So, how y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Okay, so let's get
I
to
was
our.
okay till I got here.
Do you have some top fans? Some good
Oh,
old
yeah.
boys and good old gals?
Yes, we got Bill Grubb's top fan for 4 months.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I don't even know. Have we been
Nice,
on that
Bill.
long? He was probably a fan before he even came on the air. That's what
We
that's how
have.
big-
We're pushing 7 months
Yeah.
now.
Oh, wow.
Shut the front door.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so.
Boy,
I know.
time
Well,
really does
December.
fly
Oh,
when
it
you're
does.
having fun.
Totally.
That's
Cindy
crazy.
Bell, 3 weeks. Marilyn Clark, 4 months.
Wow.
Pam Waterford, 2 months.
Yep.
Betty Messel, 3 months.
Hey, Betty.
John Hooker, 4 months.
Nice.
Yep.
Robert Harper, 3 months.
Wow.
And Jackie Ratz Evans McGinn,
Great gal.
2 months.
She
She
was
is.
always out at the fair
Fair.
with us.
She's the one dressed like Raggedy Ann. Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that?
I've got a great. We've
That'll
got a
do.
picture with her.
That'll do. Thank you.
me,
Them
you, and
good old
Carrie.
boys and good old girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you who watch and listen. Please share, like, help us grow the community here and on the YouTubes. We would appreciate
Yes,
it.
please.
So I've got a question for y'all. So,
Oh, no.
and this is something that is I'm kind of dealing with now. A family member is dealing with, but I'm watching it kind of happen in real time. So you have someone who's been in trouble with the law. Maybe you've had somebody who's gone, spent some time in jail, lockdown, incarceration, whatever it is. And they come out and, not every story, right, turns out good in that situation. A lot of times they'll come out and get right back in trouble and go right back in and
Never ending cycle sometimes.
but sometimes that changes them actually for the good, and they come out and they don't want to go back in,
Which
and
is what it's for.
That's right. And sometimes it works in
Right.
that way, right?
Right.
But how do you how do people who have that experience, who come out and are like, I really don't want to live that life anymore, the life that sent me there, I want to change, I want to be better, I'm focused, I know what I need to do, and they have all of this focus and hope, and they've got a plan, and they come out and they can't get help.
Yeah.
Nobody will hire them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because of a felony or what have you. How do we as a society, you know, expect these people to come out who want to change and want to do better? That's what sends them back into that lifestyle. It's not the time they spent in incarceration. Some of them, you know what I mean? It's the fact that when they come out, no one will give them a chance.
It's tough. You know, there's a big trust factor there. You know, it's tough to be the first one, you know, to trust. And because how do you predict future behavior? You know, you look at past behavior and see what happens. And then you've got somebody who wants a chance and wants to do well. And it's tough for them. It really is. I get it. It's a lot like on a much smaller scale, if you will. If you are a coworker with someone and you work with someone, you're getting along and everything's fine, and then one day it all goes to pot and one or the other is yelling and screaming and everything else, and you get through it and you apologize and you move on, but then you know, it's like, I know what that person's capable of, and it's just a little different now. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. So I think I feel like there's a lot of opportunities out there. Now, I'm not saying there's a lot of opportunities like here in small town Indiana, but I think that there's places out there that will cater to those folks and give those folks a chance. I think it's out there. They just have to be the ones to go get it, and that's the gist of it. I mean, that's tough, but that's where they are in life right now. You know, again, with the trust, it's going to take some time. And
where do you find those?
Yeah,
opportunities,
just like you would for any other opportunity, like you know, a nationwide search on the internet. You know, I know that there are companies. There are. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, Fortune 500 companies here.
Oh, sure.
Right. I'm talking about there is other things. Sorry, I'm playing with the things.
Put the toy down, Kurt. I'm trying to focus.
I may have just broken it, actually. So, but I feel like those opportunities are out there. I really do, and especially in today's. Can you find anybody to work today? I mean, it's hard to get. It's been hard to get good help for a long time, especially it seems like now. You know what, though?
Here's the interesting thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that that's a wrong. I think that's a misnomer, because I know, and I won't name names again to protect the innocent.
Right.
But I know people, not that have been incarcerated, just people that are looking for jobs. They can't get a job. Like they've applied several places, and it's like so it's really weird. So what's going on, you think?
I don't know, because every situation is different. You know, you don't know their situation. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know. Maybe they can only maybe they only feel like they can only be in a certain part of the map.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they only feel like they're only qualified for certain things. But what I do know is I see help wanted signs everywhere. You know, we're hiring everywhere. They're trying, and I'm not saying that those people maybe are thinking, well, I'm not going to deliver
work
pizzas.
there,
I'm not going to sweep the floor or anything else. But all I'm confident of is that if you want to work and you're willing and you're able, there's a job out there for you.
Right. Probably just not a full time. I mean, you may have to piece together a couple of part times.
It takes a while. It's a process.
You may have to do something like that to establish yourself.
Yeah, to gain that trust back.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, how far do you trust? You know, a convicted felon. You know, depending upon what the felony is. You know, are we talking about money laundering? Or are we talking about being a sexual predator? You know,
oh sure,
so
right.
You know, I think there's a difference there, and people have to make that determination. People have to have that trust. Somebody has to do it first,
right?
You know, so like again, I don't think there's going to be a Fortune 500 job, but there might be a job at the car wash to start
Right.
with, you know, and now we know, hey, this guy's a hard worker. He's doing everything that he's supposed to do. He's a great guy. Now we're moving on to something else.
Yeah, it's just as I've watched this process. Of course, you know, I'm close to the situation, and I'm thinking I don't understand why someone, because I see the change, you know, and it's like I don't understand why, because I see also how easy it would be to get off track for someone like that that's so fragile in their
Journey.
in their in their new life. They're so fragile in that, and they have so much hope. You can only take so many dashed hopes before you're right back doing what you did to get incarcerated.
And we hope that doesn't happen.
Which scares me.
Yeah.
That
And they
worries
get
me.
out and then they get kicked in the teeth so
Right.
many
And-
times that they get turned down for jobs that, you know, they're
What's
maybe
the point?
qualified for. I know.
What's the point? You know what I mean? Like, and so it's for me, you know, and this is my thought process is where's the church in a situation like this? And I don't mean like the church building. I mean the church, the body of Christ, the people who are believers. That here's our opportunity to really, you want to be bold and step out and represent Jesus. Then is this not a great opportunity for us as believers, as the church, to take a chance? Might we get some money stolen from us? Possibly. Now it depends on what like you said, what the felony
is,
or offense was.
what the past behavior
Clearly.
was. Yeah.
But even and here's, as you're talking, it's like, well, it depends on, you know, and I'm thinking, my goodness, I'm glad Jesus doesn't say to me, well, you know, it depends on what your past sin is. Where, you know what I mean?
I know, but I'm not going to have somebody in my house that's a former sex predator.
No.
That, you know, there's a trust there.
No.
And
I'm not saying bring him into your
home.
home. I'm not saying hiring him in your home.
I know, but the business brings them into a home, though. The business that they want to get hired to, they got to bring him in.
Right.
So, I mean, there has to be that certain type trust. I mean, I get what you're saying about Jesus, but
can a sexual predator be rehabilitated? And what do you think?
You would have to ask a doctor about that. I have no idea.
I don't know. I wonder.
Would you have a sexual predator in your home with kids? Would you invite that person?
I guess. I don't know.
It's a tough topic, isn't it?
Well, because I think that, you know, how much can be rehabilitated? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. And do they ever get the chance? I wonder if there are any stories out there of people who have, and I'm not talking about just sexual predators. I mean, murderers, anything. Any of the, I mean, you know, a felony, I guess not every felony is a felony, but you know what I'm saying? Like the bigger ones. So have any of them been rehabilitated and not fallen back to that? Do you know of any stories? You guys were in law enforcement. Do you know? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I think you'd have to look into the biology, the science of it, to see if that was actually a possibility. But when you're talking about, you know, something that is so precious as your kids,
right?
You know, and the past behavior predicting future behavior, that's not a chance that I would ever be willing to take, ever. No matter what doctor told me that they were completely rehabilitated, sorry, not going to happen. I would say the same thing about somebody that was a violent person.
Right.
Well, this was a violent person, but they're completely rehabilitated now.
But I think there's jobs out here that are good paying jobs that they could do that wouldn't really put them in so much the public eye. I don't know how to say this, but like manufacturing jobs, something of that nature, where, you know, you're not really doing customer service or something like that, you know. So I don't know, but it's a good question. It's a hard question to answer.
I know it's really interesting.
There's not
and like I said, what I'm going through is not to that level.
No, I understand.
But
Right.
I think that is an interesting, really interesting question. Is can they be? I don't just mean rehabilitated. I mean repentant through Jesus Christ. Can the blood of Christ change someone? That's my question. To where they are changed, whether sexual predator or murderer. Is that possible? I mean, you know what I mean?
I like
well,
to
the
believe
Bible
that
says
it
all
is.
things are.
Yeah, I like to believe that it is.
You know, that all things are possible.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's something they're going to have to take up with him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my part. it's my part to keep my kids safe and my family safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that to the best of my ability.
Right.
Period. And I'll
Sure.
I'll leave
I
the
think
rest
all
it
of
to
us
God.
agree with that.
So
I just think I hadn't thought of it that far, but I think I'd like to know stories. If there have been, if there are stories out there, ought to be made into a movie.
I think I got this fixed.
I see. I didn't think you broke it. You just took the screw out of it. You've been sitting there fiddling with that the whole time.
It's right here in front of me.
It's very distractive. Give it to me. I'm going to give it to Mark.
I don't want.
Because Mark knows what it's for.
Mark's going to start playing with it.
Oh, my goodness. So was that the show?
No, that's the break.
No, we're on the break.
I was going to say that seemed like it was a very short show. So let's take a break and we'll be right back on the General Store.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Christine Flynn put her experience to work for you. Christine Flynn proudly serves Monroe, Lawrence, and Greene County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Christine Flynn at 812-822-2905 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Christine Flynn at 812-822-2905. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Buy Now Closeouts, located at 3478 West 3rd Street in Bloomington. Buy Now Closeouts has everything you could possibly need for a remodel or new build. Vanities, sinks, faucets, in a wide selection of all shapes and sizes. Washers, dryers, cabinets, fixtures, everything at discount prices. Gas ranges, electric stovetops, huge slashes on name brand items. Need flooring? You'll find stacks of it. Everything you need for your bathroom, kitchen, and dining areas. Buy Now Closeouts. You've got to check this out before you go anywhere else. New items arriving weekly and our inventory changes all the time, so stop in and see what's in stock for you. Buy Now Closeouts at 3478 West 3rd Street, behind Crew Car Wash. Don't buy later, buy now.
Technology has become more complicated and is becoming more cost prohibitive to hire the in-house talent that you need to keep your business secure and running smoothly. The AME Group can help. Outsourcing the management of your business technology gives you access to a broad range of technical expertise for less than hiring directly. AME offers managed IT services including proactive monitoring, preventative maintenance, software management, device management, and 24/7 network support to keep your technology consistent and reliable. The AME Group has been servicing the local area for over 35 years. Give Orion a call at 812-320-0389 for a free on-site assessment for your business today.
That one even got me. Yeah. And it usually doesn't. That one felt like, that one was a total gunshot, like bam,
Dude.
bam, bam, bam.
Dude.
We're sorry. Carter,
Just gonna leave this
I think Carter thinks we're asleep over here. Mike and Carter. Oh, that was actually Mike, and it was... No, it was Carter. It was Carter. No,
All right.
We love both of you. It doesn't matter. Blow our eardrums out. You can't make us hate you. Stop trying.
What?
You can't hear now. Kurt's out. He can't hear.
Whatever drum was in there.
It did. It sounded like
Oh my
a gunshot,
gosh,
didn't it?
yeah,
It was
it
very.
did. Wow.
That was funny. That was so funny. All right, welcome back for the second segment of WCSM's General Store. I'm so scattered.
It's easy for you.
First of all, I didn't know if the game. I thought the show was over. I thought the show. I was like, this seems like it was a really fast show.
Yeah,
but
it was.
we have a whole nother segment.
First half was really fast.
It was.
Yeah,
And so
it
we
was.
from the 70X7 studio, by the way, I did want to get that out there. Thank you to Mike and Carter for our producers. I don't know that we thank them today yet, but we want to do that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so, and this has been a while back, but it was a fun topic of conversation. And the reason the story kind of spoke to me is because I waited tables. Did any of you wait tables ever?
I was a dishwasher at Pizza Hut
Okay,
for a
did
long
you ever
time.
wait?
I don't think it's.
But I did pick up dishes. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, sure, bus tables and things like that.
Yeah.
I did that. I mean, gosh.
Yeah.
We used to have a restaurant, J&J's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't wait on tables.
Okay, I waited tables, and
I
so
know,
there
you
was a
did.
story that
Yeah.
that came out in the news, and it was kind of became like this whole topic of which aren't they all? I mean, everything comes out, and now it's a big debate,
Oh, it's
and now
drama.
it's
All
drama.
kinds of drama. Yeah.
So, but we thought it would be kind of funny to talk about this, and like I said, it was kind of in my wheelhouse. So the question was. In fact, I think the situation was a toddler or a child on an airplane, a commercial flight, and the parent or the mother, whatever, parent, father, whatever,
Yeah.
was giving the child snacks, so Cheerios or popcorn,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Right.
And there was basically shrapnel all over the floor, food shrapnel all over the floor under where the child
War
sat.
zone.
And so at the end of the flight, they just got up and left the mess. So the question is, whose place is it to clean that up? And I would expand that into restaurant, not just airplane,
Hotel.
anything, motel, anything.
Yes.
So my take on it is, and you wouldn't believe the messes at Ryan's. Of course, I worked at Ryan's Steakhouse when it was still here in Bloomington.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, they would not all of them, but there were some moms that came in and just I was like, you could tell it was like this whole free range parenting. Let them go. The kid was throwing food. It was like a food fight, you know.
It's awful.
But they wouldn't pick up and
Yeah,
clean up, and we would just lose our minds.
I bet.
Waitresses, and so, but I've never done that. But Perry and I are the kind of parents that we've also taught the boys. You leave a place in better condition than when you found it. So you pick up your trash, you put stuff away. So we always would pick stuff up. Like when we go to the movie theater, we're not the people leaving the popcorn buckets and the cups in the floor.
No.
We take it and throw it out, right? And like we'll even pick up trash if we go someplace and we're picking up our trash, we'll pick up the other trash that we see on the way to the trash can to pick it. You should do that. That's just
Common courtesy.
Make sure you wash your hands afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, now you could get fentanyl on it and die like that. It's crazy. You got to be careful, honestly, about picking stuff up.
Sure.
But yeah, so we are the kind of parents that we feel like it's the parent's place to pick up after your child. Now, clearly, if there's some popcorn or whatever under a table leg or under the seat in front of you at a whatever, get most of it if you can see it. So
Well, I think part of that story too was the mom was 8 months, 8.5 months pregnant. Okay, so
right.
So, and I get it, but I think I'm trying to remember were the kids like 5 and 3 or
which is a hard age. And
very hard age,
yeah.
very hard age. However, and I'm with her. I'm all about taking care of the ladies that are pregnant.
Oh, for sure.
I baby them and take care of them. I would not expect her to get down and do that. Now, what I would like to see her do is say, hey, let's pick this up. The
Teach
5
the
and the
kid,
3.
yeah.
Even if they could pick up
part of it,
3 or 4 kernels, whatever it is. Hey, we're going to make an effort here. We're going to make it. We made the mess.
Right.
This is not some hired hand situation, you know.
Good teachable moment.
Exactly. And what those people, you know, they say character is what you do when people aren't looking, right?
Right.
And what that said when they would leave tables for you like that is just awful. They had no bearing or caring really,
Or respect for you.
or respect for you and what you were doing. That's awful. I think so.
Oh, and like tabletops, like we'd have the moms come in Not all, but we'd have the moms. And of course, we had the wooden high chairs that you'd scoot up, and then the baby would sit at the table.
Yeah, right.
And the mom would put macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes right on the table. Of course, the baby was just eating with its hands.
Right.
I get the mom not wanting the kid to throw the plate. I get that. That's fine. But then they would just leave it instead of taking a napkin or something and wiping it. Cleaning some of it up, and then we would come in behind and clean it. They'd leave all of it, like on the floor and on the table.
They thought you were hungry.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's.
It's funny how because you were a waitress in the 80s, right?
No, well, no, 90s, about around 90, 89, 90, early 90s.
Do you eat things off the table anymore? I mean, I'm not trying to be like Mr. Clean, germ-free guy or anything, but I don't even like it when my silverware hits the table.
Oh yeah, I'm not like that, but yeah,
you're not that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for kids. This could be a completely different show all on its own because me and you would have a great conversation about this because I can tell you're a little bit of a germaphobe.
Totally. And
are you?
No.
See, I think it's important.
No, he doesn't like to eat with me.
No, I think it's important to this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
Kids should be eating dirt. They should be licking rocks. They should be chewing on rocks. They should be putting like Perry used to drive Perry crazy when the boys, Garrett especially was bad about it, but he'd have a bottle of water and he'd take the lid off and or put it in his mouth, chew on it. And it was always and Perry was like, that's dirty. It's not going to kill him. And if it does kill him, it'll be the last time he does it. Whatever.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But
Kurt's in complete agreement with Perry.
Mother of the year.
No, but they should. But see, I am that mom. Like, he shouldn't be near that hot stove. He'll be near the hot stove one time.
Exactly. And my kids have been near the hot stove.
Yeah.
Once.
So for me, it's the same thing with.
And I'm with you to a point. Like when Jack was born. If the pacifier fell on the floor, oh my gosh, it was, we're cleaning it, scrubbing it, boiling it, blah, 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 blah. Yes.
Oh gosh, no, pick it up, suck it off and stick it in the kid's mouth.
That's your firstborn, right?
That was firstborn.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So by kid.
It's true. That's true.
4, 5, 6, you're taking it out of the dog's mouth.
Yeah,
and shoving it back in there.
Whatever.
So I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
The firstborn thing.
Yeah.
Or the dog's mouth or the dog, or whatever. Wherever it was at.
The firstborn thing, you're sending out letters to everybody. Don't get too close to my child's face. Don't do this. Don't you see? The next child, you're like, whatever.
Whatever.
Please take the kid.
You get there. But for me, it's like I know that when I come into a public place and I put my hand on the doorknob, I don't have any problem putting my hand on the doorknob or the handle or whatever.
You have a little bit of problem.
But what I also know, I make a mental note. Hey, I need to wash my hands before I eat because everybody in town has put their hand on that doorknob. So I'm just
that never bothered me until COVID. Now I'm more conscientious about touching gas pumps, and I never thought about. But before that, never bothered me.
Yeah,
never at all. But I'm not like I think germs are good for you because it builds your immune system.
I agree with that. To a point, I'm not sucking on rocks, but I agree with you.
I think absolutely. Turn your kids loose. Let them eat mud. Let them, yes.
I'm not commenting.
I will, just a tip here. Just want to Kurt's
Let
tip.
the dog lick them in the mouth.
There you go.
I mean, all the things. Yes, that builds their immune system.
A dog licking the mouth?
Yes, it builds. Yes, it absolutely will not hurt them.
What's wrong with you?
It will.
Kurt, you really know how to keep Kurt away from your house, don't you?
That absolutely will not bother them. It's not going to hurt them.
The dog? Or
right. Well, no, if I thought it was going to hurt Harper, I would.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's not going to bother Sheila. Put it that way.
Not a bit.
No, yeah, because
Well,
I'm kissing pigs.
Well, one thing that I was taught, and this came from Joy Morrow, Harold's wife. You know Joy.
Oh, yeah.
And she would say, hey, listen, if your silverware comes out, and sometimes silverware does come out, and you look at it and you go, this one exactly. This didn't get all the way clean. She would take a lemon slice, and they have a very cleansing,
the acid.
acidic, and that's how she would tell me. She said, just do it like that, and I've done that before, where I'm sorry, but my silverware will hit the table, and I don't like that. I put it on my on the napkin or on the plate, one of the two. If not,
yeah, because nobody touches the napkins.
Well, it's a napkin that it's a new one.
I'm just teasing. Teasing.
Anyway.
Don't get so serious.
If only he knew where those napkins.
I know.
Or the lemons.
The facility that it was made in, like how many rats are probably running through.
If it works for him, let it happen.
Well, I stay pretty healthy.
That's right.
So
that's interesting.
So yeah, so far.
with all your antibiotics.
Right, right. With all the rocks that I don't lick and the dogs that I don't lick.
Yeah, let them be kids. I mean, obviously,
What does licking a rock have to do with being a kid?
did none of your kids ever go outside and play? And
Yes, but they're not sucking on rocks.
What?
I mean,
not as far as you know. Kids like, yes, you put, yes.
my kids are climbing trees.
You think
swinging.
your kids never, none of them ever put a rock in their mouth?
I'm sure, maybe. I guess, but I'm not shoving it.
I didn't say I was feeding them rocks.
Well, you just said, I think they should be licking rocks. I think they should be eating
Well, yeah,
dirt.
I mean, if they're going to, yes, they should.
So
I'm not going to run out there and go, oh my God,
You haven't had your dirt today, so here, kid.
Yes, yes,
Getting plenty of minerals in your diet.
yes.
Right. I know. If they get a rock in their mouth, it's not the end of the world. I'm with you there. I'm just
Okay,
not,
rewind the
I'm not
date
just-
because if you go back to the very first time I
I'm just
mentioned
not
this,
shoving it in their mouth, though.
I didn't say I was.
You kind of did.
No, I didn't.
If you want to go back to the rewind.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. I said if my kids, I don't have a problem with my kids eating dirt or licking rocks, is what I said. Verbatim.
There you go.
There you go.
Why don't you go eat a rock?
I think I might.
Well,
But anyway, so
How did this start?
so do you do you clean up the floor or not? Or does the
When we
waitress or the
leave-
stewardess
when
or
we- when
flight
we-
attendant?
We always, I've gotten in the habit of doing this, and I don't know why. I probably drive everybody else at the table crazy. I stack plates for the person that's going to have to take them out.
Now,
I do too.
I did this yesterday. I think I might have bothered.
as a waitress, is that good? Is that nice? Or would you rather have it
spread out.
where
I
you
stack 'em
Oh
so they
no,
can-
I think it's courteous.
Okay.
I do that. I
they can only
I
make one
kind of
trip.
pre-bus. You
That's
know,
what-
we
yeah,
stack
that's what-
plates and
that's what I'm doing,
Yeah,
pre-busing,
and then they
right.
just have to come and take
Yes,
it. Yeah.
that's what I have gotten.
No, I like that.
I've gotten a habit of
That's
doing
very
that.
respectful, I think.
Plus, they know you're done with it.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. I get in the habit of doing that to try to help them as much as possible, and I will even try to clean the table a little
I do
bit
too.
before I leave. You know,
I cleaned the floor.
So-
The one you're talking about, remember? The biscuit that landed on the floor.
Oh,
that's a totally different story. I wasn't even going to bring that up. Trying to be good.
I was trying to keep my silverware from hitting the table.
so you
As I
knocked,
pulled
but
my
you knocked
napkin,
it and
I had a buttered to perfection.
artistically buttered.
Buttered to perfection.
to the very edges.
It was awesome. The cinnamon butter. Yeah. And as I kind of freaked out, and there goes the biscuit,
Could have landed any
and it
perfect.
went butter down
Oh,
onto the floor. But I cleaned up my mess.
Oh,
didn't
you
I?
did.
I
You did.
cleaned it up.
You did.
you have no idea how many people would have just left that for the
no
server.
way. That's
Yeah.
awful. If that happens, that's awful.
Yeah.
That- That's awful.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
I try to pick up when we have, because even my kids were little, we
Yeah.
always tried to pick up after.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bill, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm kind of like you guys. Pre-bus, haven't had to do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
before.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. It does
Right.
make a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of funny story. Yesterday, I was at a function and I dropped a piece of macaroni and cheese on the floor. So I finished what I was eating.
And you picked that one up and ate it too?
With
Oh no.
fork.
Never
well,
mind.
I
Like
leaned
Kurt did
down
his
to
roll.
pick it up with a fork, and when I looked up, there were people watching. To see if I was gonna do it.
That guy, they're taking bets on the side. I think he's going to eat it.
Hey, give that guy a rock.
What do you think he's going
Man
to do?
alive,
I think
wish
he's going to eat it.
It'd been funny if he could have done like Beverly D'Angelo in Christmas Vacation, where she's eating and that cat and she goes. "Brr." It'd been so funny if you could have done that and they thought you ate it. That would have been hilarious.
Good.
Oh, so
We
funny.
get ourselves in some crazy situations.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh,
telling you.
yes.
Gotta love it.
But back to the pregnant lady. We don't want a pregnant lady bending
No,
down
no,
to
no.
grab
But I
popcorn,
think
right?
it is a
mean,
good teachable moment for
totally,
her kids.
Totally. Pick up as much as we can. We're going to do this out
Yeah.
of respect.
Yeah.
These are not hired hands.
Right.
These are human beings.
Right.
You know, who are waiting on us, who are serving us.
Right.
We need to have respect for these
And
people.
they've got enough to do to get ready for the next passengers
Yes.
besides cleaning up an additional,
Yeah.
mess or
Totally.
whatever. But yeah,
Totally.
so
Yeah.
very fun conversation. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show and
Go out and lick some rocks.
go out and eat some dirt and lick some rocks and take your kids with you because it's the best thing they'll ever do.
It's a new fascination.
Do it. Do it.
Take
Do it.
lemon.
I
Take a
dare
lemon
you.
with you.
No, your kids will be healthy and plus they'll have fun and they'll have a childhood that they can enjoy and remember.
Lock
Thank you
lickers.
so much, Rock Liquor. Yo, Rock Liquor. So thank you for joining us. If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back next Friday for another edition of WCSM's General Store.